Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in another video, this time around with the community letter for May. So before I get started on this is linked in the description so you guys can go and check this stuff out. I also want to mention, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, there is some community questions down here, so if there are any developers watching at the moment or community managers, this is amazing. Keep this, have more of this. Just love these community questions. And of course, for the people that do ask these questions, make sure you ask them on the Discord for Trove. And you can find that Discord, of course, down here. So you can just go to my description, then go to the link that I have provided, and then you can go here. It's a lot of clicks, I guess, but it's the way to find it if you want to do so. You can also find this in the launcher and stuff like that. You don't have to use that link, but it's also in the Club launcher, and it's also on different sort of social media and stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that. Hopefully in the next community letter we'll get more questions, so make sure you get those questions out there, and of course we'll go over these questions here, and I do have some additional information that I can provide for these ones. Not particular information, but when I know stuff. I don't know anything yet. I know I'm in the content creator program, but I'm not in I haven't been talked to about anything yet. The only thing, and I want to be completely transparent with you guys, I'm going to tell you everything that I know that I'm allowed to tell you. And so far, there is nothing, has been nothing I can't tell you yet. The way I have been approached, and I might as well take this now. And I posted this on the Discord as well. So, as a ping, I usually don't ping too much, but this one was kind of important in a way because they approached me with ideas or projects I could link up with, my YouTube channel, with my stream and stuff like that. And I came up with some ideas, some of them being, hosting some kind of dungeon running something. I've also some transmog of, some transmog competition. I've done that previous on the channel. Didn't have a lot of success with it, but maybe in this concept, it could be kind of cool to do one, best looking, or one coolest, or one most crazy, or one most silly, or one most goofy, or whatever it could be. There could be many categories. So I posted that to them, and also again, big pin parties, big streaming, like maybe more days of giveaways, like 10 days, because it is a 10-year anniversary. So I am involved in the process of that, and I also try to involve you guys, and whatever you guys provided to me, I try to also pass on to, of course, these developers, so they have some chance of making this 10-year anniversary amazing and just way better than everything I've ever basically said about Sunfest, and how I want it to be bigger and better, and a big community goal of bringing 1 million. I actually said 1 billion dungeons, but it could be across all platforms, and it could be over 10 days or a month or something like that. I don't know, but a way bigger one where you could get like some insane rewards if we hit like 1 billion, for example, dungeons or something like that. I know there's a lot of dungeons, but it would be across all platforms and whatever it could be. I'm just thinking big here. I just rather shoot for the moon and then, not hit it, if you know what I mean. I shoot for the moon and hopefully I'll get close to it, but that's kind of the philosophy, I'll rather say something that's over too much, and then they can dial it back a little bit more than we hit something very super nice. So anyways, that was what I know right now. I have not gotten information of updates or anything like that. And of course, like I've said a few times, that I will tell you if I have allowed to tell you anything at all. And with me saying I don't know anything, it could also be a ruse, but as of right now, don't know anything. And I'll tell you guys if there's stuff I can't tell you, then I'll just say, hey, I can't tell you right now, but it's going to be in somewhere. So you guys have something to look forward to. I will not spoil any NDAs, of course, that I am not allowed to. Of course, that's not what I want to do with this. So anyways, the community letter is right here. So we did get the recap right here. If you can see, that talked a little bit about that. But of course, the trial of Luxian is, of course, well underway. It looks actually amazing, this little artwork here. Looks actually pretty cool. And I already updated my dragon video to reflect the new Luxian you can get, and also how you are going to obtain it, and how you're going to obtain old Luxian, if you say it like that. I made a whole new video. It's actually the last video on the channel. I was thinking about doing a video where I explain kind of the whole process here, but it's pretty simple. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. I want to have another round, and it should be maybe next week. I'm thinking there might be a month this has been going. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video after that. We'll see. I don't know yet. But at least for now, there is no plans of making a video like specific around how to get the new dragon. But we'll see. Maybe it'll just be like me gameplay, whatever. We'll see what happens. But that is it out right now. I've made plenty of videos. I feel like not plenty of videos, but I made a few videos on it. And yeah, as they also talk about, we will get to that why the updates are what the updates are. And then of course we also had the Bunfest. The Bunfest was actually pretty cool. Bunfest is always pretty cool, but yeah, it was actually a very nice event, as it usually Bunfest is. That's always a really nice one to look forward to, and we had that one as well. And then we are gonna be in the upcoming as well. So this is kind of a recap, but now the upcoming stuff is here, and that is the Spring Sting that we are going to get. So that's the Spring Fling thing. I think that's how it's going to be, and we're gonna get it on the 13th of May. So it's under a week. It's on Tuesday. If you're watching this today, on Thursday, as I'm recording this, it's gonna be on May 13th. That's gonna be the event. Of course, I'm gonna make a guide for it, so you guys can, of course, get all the juicy stuff around it, but it's gonna be around bees and stuff like that. It's not so friendly bugs as it says. I think maybe these wings right here is gonna be some of the rewards. That'd be super cool. They are quite nice, these as well, with the bee look as well. So very cool, very nice. But yeah, that's gonna be coming very soon. And then also, actually, they do say right here that Luxian Trial is actually going to be a comeback. So we are actually gonna have it next week. Next week is gonna also be Luxian Trial. So yes, okay. And we could just read all of it. But yeah, it's gonna be right here as we and we got even more community events lined up. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's what I was talking about, but maybe they're doing something, you know, some contests as you usually do, like on the side and stuff. But we'll see what that is going to be. But then we got the community questions, and that's some awesome questions in here, and I'll just read them up for you guys, so you don't have to, because I'm good at reading and stuff. Anyways, they say, when are mythic gems, rings, and stronger light banners coming? And they say they're very excited for the next tier of gems and rings. I think that's amazing that we can get rings. I think it's super important that we do have a use for all our gem dust, but they should also introduce, like they did with, you know, the not the crystal ones, of course, the stellar one, not the stellar ones. What am I talking about? Of course, the crystal gems. Oh, I completely blanked on that. I'm very, very sorry. I kind of just spaced out there. But yeah, of course, the crystal gems. I forgot once again. Oh my god, I'm so fried. But anyways, the crystal gems, of course, and crystal rings and all that stuff. But now we do have mythic tier as well, so hopefully we can get that as well in there. So they say that they're very excited for it, so it is on their radar, which is really, really nice. They want to introduce it along with new content. They can truly shine. I really hope that that is not going to be tied into the long shade. I know long shade and in such, but we do need right now, we do need an easier transition from crystal gear into mythic gear. Right now it's quite a steep bump. It's really like it's not like it doesn't go like this, you know, it doesn't go like it's like it basically is a basic cliff, or like a mountain, straight up mountain going from crystal to mythic, at least in my opinion. But we'll see what that's gonna happen. But if we do get some more new gems, some more rings, we will get, of course, that more light, and we will be more acceptable to go and go from that step, and it's going to be more a smooth transition and progression as we go through this. And they also talk about a stronger light banner as well. It's something they consider, but they want to be careful about the balance, so no promises yet. I think that's very, very important. We do have to consider the balance in items and stuff like that. We just can't get everything right away. We do have to see how it all pans out. So I think it's a good idea to not get our hopes up to that this is going to be very soon, but I'm very happy that they're considering it and they're looking into it, and they're not, you know, not listening to the community. You can see they are basically listening to the community. That's what I want to say. Why has the communication been? They have actually talked about that, limited over the years, and why they've taken so long to address performance issues. They've talked about that before. They talked about it in the newest update. We did get some updates to that, you know, and that's why our content has been a little bit less, like lesser updates like Luxian and the tutorial update and such, so on and so on. It hasn't been major updates. We haven't seen something like that. We did get, of course, the long shade and all that stuff, the mythic gear and stuff like that. It was a bigger update, but not something it's super crazy in my mind. Like, in a way, it was a very big grind. It's a very big grind, but doesn't mean that it's a big patch, you know, in that sense. At least I would say so. But it is because they are, as they can see right here, they're improving. Is their top priority to improve the performance. And last year they decided to heavily invest into stability, upgrading hardware, optimizing, and stuff like that. And I think this is something they should have done a long time ago. And I've said this long time ago, and I never thought it was going to happen, that we were actually going to get a more stable game. Because yes, you can have the biggest of updates, you can have the most crazy stuff, but if you have not a good foundation, it's basically balancing on a little bitty, pole, but then you have this big thing you have to, support, and that just doesn't work. You have to have a good foundation, and then you can start building on top of that, because if the core game is amazing, then of course all the updates are going to be amazing as well. More or less, of course, it's no guarantees, but at least if you have the core game, at least that will keep people playing. And if you have a core game, and before people hit those, in-game, people are addicted to the game. But if you have like bad issues with latency and rubber banding and many, like, all this other things that people are duping and cheating and all that stuff, that's gonna happen. You can't really always predict what that's going to happen, but the point is, if the core game is solid, then the other things is going to follow as well, and then you have people playing for a long time and then investing money into the game, and therefore the development can be strong and so forth. And this is something, like I said, had to be done for a very long time ago, before just throwing updates at us and hopefully that will catch some people's playing. No, you have to have a core game, and then you have to build up the house, if you could say it like that, to make it amazing. So yeah, I'm really happy. And as they say right here, we believe in these improvements are essential for the long-term health of the game. So again, they are also committed to the long-term health of the game. That means they are not like making a quick buck on this game and just like when it's not going to perform. Of course, they are not just going to throw it away and they're just not going to stop. They are determined for the long term. Then they talk about if there's going to be a new class soon and what type. As they say, a new class is, and it's emphasized right here, is on their radar, and they don't want to share any specific yet, but more of when than if. So it's going to happen. There is going to be a new class. It might not happen this year, but it's on their radar. They're working on it. And right now, they're also very interested in hearing your ideas. So very much indeed, post your ideas on Discord, make videos, tweet at them, everything you can basically do. Do as much as you absolutely can to get the idea to the developers. Discord is the best place to do so, but if you have any ideas, make sure you get them to them, because that's going to help them a ton. And yeah, maybe your character or class is going to be added to the game. It could be super awesome, right? Then they got, of course, the last, not one of the last things, but the second last is that you're something about do something with clubs, maybe new fixtures, a light or something like that, and also the limit. And right here is what I was talking about in my, once a year I do like this whole idea video thing. And the main thing was the socializing, and that is a big part of the clubs. And I talked about this, and I can talk about it again really quickly. You have to be, like right now, you have to be online, both of you, to invite somebody to your club. Why can't we have it so people can apply for clubs, and then you can accept people, and then people can, whenever you are online, you can be added to the club. I know you can, let's say you can, apply for a bunch of clubs, and then you get 5 clubs, you get a sector 2, but then we just get a message that's saying, hey, this person is already 5 clubs. You already get that if people are online and they have those 5 clubs. I don't know what the complications are. It could be a bunch of it, I don't know, but I'm just saying it could be really nice if you could invite people offline, or people could apply for it and have a whole UI where you can actually, in club, where you can actually apply for a bunch of clubs, and you could search for clubs, like what sort of criteria. Is it a casual club? Is it a hardcore club? Like, when I mean hardcore, it's not like dying in hardcore, but it's like, is it a hardcore club? Is it something that like raids sort of amazing and have like a bunch of stuff? Is it a social club? Is it just like a starter club, for example? Or is this kind of a starter club? We don't have like the biggest of fixtures, but we don't have any requirements to join either. And you could set requirements for people, how much mastery should they have, how much Trove mastery, how much total mastery, how much power rank should one class have. I know some clubs have that, and that's super amazing, but you could implement all that so people could apply for it. And then you could be like join instantly, for example, and you could also be like join and then request to join, for example. And then, yeah, for example, I would love to be, people can just join whatever they wanted, and also have like an auto kick people. So people have been away from the game a certain amount of time, they would be kicked. Of course, you cannot set that for every club, but if that was an option, that was super amazing as well, because I have a bunch of people that's been away for more than a year. Maybe they'll come back, who knows? But if they don't, I would like to have that space. But they can always apply to come back when they come online again, because you can join instantly. So people can join and leave however they want, basically. And that's super awesome. And you can also set it as, you know, request and such. So that would be super amazing for clubs. There's also a bunch of other stuff for clubs that should be done. But also accepting, for example, quests from the UI instead of going to the club itself, for example. But I think there's just a bunch of stuff, at least the inviting thing and finding clubs, that has to be a lot better to do so. Like the little, you know, house we have in the hub, I don't think anybody ever uses it. So yeah, I think that's just a waste of time, and we're already crowded in the hub, so that could be some stuff that will actually be removed, and we can actually have a better UI that helps people invite much better and such. But enough with all that with clubs. I've talked about it to death. You already tuned out. But the last question is, of course, here with the with ever at cross-platform and the ability to use my Xbox Trove account on PC. And that would be super awesome, but there's also some complications with that. I don't think this is where they should be having their core mechanics come in, or like core time, if you could say it like that. I don't think this is the place to do it right now. It could be nice, and I would love to have cross-platform, but right now I have no hopes of this ever coming. So yeah, keep asking, but I'm certain you're gonna have this question, the same answer for the next 5 years, probably, like maybe more. But anyway, then it's right here. They want to, in the next community letter, as they say right here, you can hit it up on this thread right here, and you can ask them as well. And then they got their socials right here. So anyways, that was the community letter for May, with a little bit of additional information that I could provide for you guys. So if you have any feedback, anything you want to ask, anything you want ever it comes to your mind, you're always welcome on the Discord, hitting me up privately, or on our general chat if you want to hit up there. I'm always ready to pass on anything that I can to the developers. Not that I have all the except like the best hotline ever, but I do have some sort of helpfulness, I guess, to myself again. Anyways, enough rambling. I think you guys get the gist. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.